and and this lady, she knows my cousin has kids for her son, so but they're not married. And this lady was like, "Do you want to come to my house and take a bath?" I was like, she don't know me. She don't know anything about me. You need to come to your house and take a bath? Sure I do. So that was in November of 2004. Yeah, so eventually I come by her house, take a bath, we talk, and she finds out the situation, and I'm looking for work and everything. So she lets me take a bath, she lets me come to my house and watch TV, she feeds me, and every now and then she gives me a little change. And that was in 2004, and this is 2016 now. And that lady has, you know, I asked her, I said, "Can I call you my auntie?" She said, "Yeah." So she's taken me places, and she stuck by me. And this is 2016 when my mom passed away. She was there for me, and this lady just, I didn't live with her, but I was welcome to come around anytime I went around the corner. Take a bath, wash clothes. She had a washing machine. She fed me. She encouraged me. She showed me around, took me around Gretna, and learned me the streets. And she just basically told me, you know, anytime I want, I can come by her house and sit there or whatever. Anything I need to know about Gretna, she could tell me. And that just encouraged me so much. And she was just there in every situation. Anytime I had a problem, I could call and talk with her. So she basically, you know, I call her like my second mom. So that was in 2004. Like I said, when Katrina struck, she did leave, and I stayed in that house. But she kept in contact with me. And when she came back, you know, she's helping me and stuff. And it was just amazing that someone I didn't even know, you know, could do that for me. And I was like, you know what? That is a friend. That's like an angel. So like I said, that lady, I call her, she's a friend. She's a blessed friend. This is 2016, and now and then I call her, and her legs are kind of, I haven't seen her in person in a while because her legs are, she's in Algiers. But she is one true friend. She has stuck by me since 2004, and I just love her, you know. And that is a friend.
All right. I would like to talk about a friend that I went to work with years ago at Swagman's, and she's from Haiti. Her name is Milan. And you know how we always have hurricanes every year, so we this hurricane was, I believe, Gustav. And I was staying with my parents, and my parents are also my friends too. This is where I was staying with my parents, and I was working with Milan. And so Milan seen me at Walmart a couple of years, you know, coming in, I think it was after Swagman's, I went to Walmart, and then she had seen me, but we always kept in touch. And so we was getting ready to leave for the evacuate, you know, so I was at my mom and my dad's house. And it was me, my daughter, my two daughters, and my daughter had just had a baby. And so my man was like, "Miss Daughter, you can come with us. We got room for all of y'all." So her father, he's a taxi driver, and her father and her sister had took us in. And we went off, and we was trying to get to Atlanta, but we went into the park where they told us we couldn't go that way, so we went toward Alabama. So she took care of us, her and her father. But my parents told me to just go ahead. They was okay. So when we got back, my brother took us in. He took my daughter and her baby in, and that's when I had to go stay with my mom and my dad. We stayed with my mom and my dad. But it was like, you know, everywhere I went, everywhere I would go, whether it was working, shopping, or anything, I would always have a friend. I would always have a friend. Even when I moved over here on the West Bank, because I've been on the East Bank all my life. And so when I moved over here and I started working as a teacher at the school, I had a whole lot of friends. Everybody in stars. I was just overwhelmed, you know. And I know, Lord, I say, Lord, you are always bringing me somebody, people giving me clothes, people saying you need this, or stop and they say, hey, you need a ride or whatever. And when I didn't have a ride, I do the same thing. Hey, give back and they give it to you, all this. So as I travel, what I'm gonna say is, to this day, I cannot find Malena. I've been trying to get in touch with Malena and I just can't find her. But I know, she's from Haiti, and see, after that happened, then they started having, they had that earthquake and stuff. But we got together, and every time I would see her when I worked at Walmart, she said, call me, I said, I'm gonna call you. You're not gonna call me. I said, yes, I am. And it's on my mind. I had to say something about it, but she helped us, me and my children, my daughter, my 2 daughters, and my grandson. But that's with a friend. She was very trustworthy. She always helped. And to say she's from another country, that was a friend. That was a friend indeed.
Okay, well, I have this story. It's more recent. I currently work for this company where we manage hotels. So one of the hotels that I manage, I met a friend along the way. And I had to, I guess, get to know her and things like that because we had to work together. And in order for us to work together, we gotta talk. So we started talking, and she was currently a pastor. And I was telling her about my job and how unhappy I was. And she didn't say, she always gave me words of encouragement to just stay there until I find something better. Don't just walk away, because it's easy to walk away, of course, and everything, but God tells us that we have to endure long suffering to understand, what His purpose is. It's not our will, but it's His will. And I prayed, and she prayed for me and was like, just ask, what's His will? Why, all the applications that you apply for, why do He still want you here? But she always gave me, words of encouragement. And even though I didn't know her from anywhere, but she always was positive and, told me her background and how she's been an accountant for, several years. And, she, just do contract because it's easier for her. And I always befriended older people because I felt they had a lot of wisdom that I can learn from. And I feel I can learn from someone else as far as better than doing it on my own. And it was like, oh, I should have listened to, to other, as opposed to listening to other people. I feel I, want to make life easier by just hearing the wisdom of other people. So, with her, she did, her contract ended, and I lost contact with her. And she was like a second mom, at work, just giving me words of encouragement. And we always went to lunch together. And it was just so recently, mind you, I haven't seen her for over a year. And I was just thinking about her, and I was leaving work, and I seen her coming off another job. And she was like, hey, and she was just happy to see me, just as happy as I was to see her. And I got her number right then and there, because I was like, I can't miss this other opportunity that I wasn't able to, if I wasn't able to see her again. So I think everybody comes in our life for a reason, to help us. And I think we're going to be friends for a long time.
It's more than just a season, it's lifetime.
Yeah.
Lifetime.
Okay. Well, over the years, the Lord has brought
different people in my life. I have, moved a lot. Lived maybe 5 years here, 7 years here, whatever. But anyway, but I'll just share a recent experience. So, it kind of makes me want to cry in a way because it's still kind of fresh in a way. But when I left the bookstore, it was a choice of mine, but yet I felt, to take a step of faith. It was the hardest step of faith, and I'm still not sure what I'm doing. But anyway, I was there 7 years. It just, I was getting a little harder on my feet, and then something also was kind of like pushing me to go and try something else. So anyway, I gave my notice in January, but I didn't know where I was going, and so that was so hard to just trust God, and the Lord during that time used 2 people, a friend from Minnesota, and I have to say, and Ebony, Ebony, because these people would check up on me and just difficult time to really believe that God could do something. I mean, to open up another door, and so I just appreciate these 2 people and my friend Janice from Minnesota. And he'd call me and say, "How you doing, Edith? And is there anybody in your life that can do life with you?" And I'd say, "Well, I'm not sure, but I just appreciate Emily checking up on me." And the Lord right now has me working a little bit at the bookstore. Still, there wasn't like a completely closed door. And then in the afternoon, my new job is taking care of a lady, going to her house and sitting with her. And that's totally, in a way, beyond my capabilities. But the Lord, she can't be left alone, and she's a young gal, so just trying to think of little things to do with her each and every day for the 3 hours that I'm with her. But it's very interesting. It really is. And I just want to share one little experience. She just can, with Play-Doh, even though you try to encourage her to use little molds and make little things, all she can do is make kind of a rock. And she'll just take her time and just flat these little pieces and build. And you end up making a good sized shape. Kind of look like a rock, or guardians said it looked like a brain. But anyway, and I was making a tower. I was just using a little mold and making these towers. And my tower flopped over. And then she says, the old lady says, well, that's why I make a rock. That's a good analogy, a good lesson to learn, build your life upon the rock of Jesus Christ.
All right, my turn. My turn. Let me get my Kleenex. Yeah, because this is a doozy here. I have a friend. I had a friend. And this friend and I were like this. Like this. And she was married. We worked at the same place. And she was trying to get her husband into church. And he wasn't really, listening to her. So he just started going to church on his own. And she said, look, you be in there more than I do. She said, so kind of talk to him, So what she would do is, if I worked on a Sunday or something, we worked together on a Sunday or something, she said, look, Myra, call Ralph. Call Ralph. Or she called him, or whatever, and talk to Ralph. Talk to Ralph for me. So he was visiting their church, and when we had something at our church, he would come and visit our church. And as a matter of fact, one night he came, and she had to work, and it was, they called Friday Night Live, and he got up, and he testified, and he sang, and I was telling her how great, I said, girl, you should have been there, I said, it was something you've never seen before. But anyway, make a long story short, Ralph died. He had an accident. Before he had the accident, he had a liver transplant. I was in Walmart shopping. She called my phone and she asked me she said, what you doing? I said, oh, I'm just in here taking some groceries. What's up? She told me, she said, Ralph in the hospital. She said, can you come over here? I said, well, yeah. So I went on to the hospital. And sure enough, he was going into surgery that very next day. And she said, I'm not telling nobody but you. That's how close we was. Now, we worked at this hospital together, but she said, I'm not telling nobody but you. So, okay. So through the whole process of him having the surgery and going through everything, I was there with her. And some of the people in the department said, something going on with her. I said, she ain't telling nobody, but I bet Myra knows. So I said, if I knew anything, I wouldn't tell you. Okay? So time went on, Ralph passed. And she was, we went on through all that process. But then she met up with somebody else. And when she met this other man, he changed her. It's like he pulled her from the people who she had been around all those years and pulled her away. Now people were going to pull you away. And he pulled her away. And she changed with me. And that was a very hurting experience because as close as we were, we pick her up, ride to work together, drop the grandkids off, as close as we'd be late together and all this stuff, that really hurt me. But still out, still working. She coming in the morning, I speak to her. Sometimes she wouldn't even speak. She just passed me and go on like she didn't know me. So time went on. They wouldn't even eat breakfast or lunch with me. So I just started eating by myself. I'd bring my stuff and just eat in the department. Because I don't want to cause no friction. I just sit and eat by myself. I ain't got time for all that. So one day she came to work. And she came in that morning and she said, look, she came back and she said, Myra, I want to talk to y'all. She said, come up to the front. I want to say something. And I said, you talking to me? Somebody who you hadn't talked to in months, and wouldn't even speak to you talking to me. And I said, okay. So I came on up to the front to hear what she had to say. And she was saying, they found that she was sick. She had cancer. And she was asking the department to pray for her. Okay. So that went on. Although she had to marry this man. She married this man. She didn't invite us to the wedding. She didn't invite me for sure to the wedding. She said she didn't want me to know. She married this man. She wasn't with him no more than 4 months before she died. And it just was a different her. But while she was with him, she was still sick. He knew she was sick, okay? And she still didn't have where we could have been there, that pillow for her. She had been pulled away. When it was coming down to her last couple of weeks in life, a couple of weeks to a month, the Lord, what he did, he told me, he said, go see her. Because she had left her house and she went to live back with her mom. He said, go see her. And I would stop by the mother's house. Me and another co-worker, we would go see her. We would sit down and talk to her. We would pray with her. And she said, Myra, you just don't know. I said, yeah. I said, that's okay. I knew she missed that closeness. But the Lord had to bring us all the way back. He had to bring her all the way back to her roots of where she started from. And I never forget, she went in the hospital. And I got a phone call that morning and they said, where you at? And I said, I'm on my way to work. And they said, well, get there in a hurry. They said they called for the family and said she's not doing good. And before I could finish putting on my scrub pants and stuff, the phone rang again. Now, all this is before 6 o'clock in the morning. The phone rang again. And it was one of my coworkers. The first time it was one of her family members that called me. That's how, the family knew how close we were. And the second time it was one of my coworkers. She said, where are you? And I said, I'm trying to get to work. She said, hurry up, get here. When you get here, go straight up there to the 2nd floor. And I said, okay. So when I got there, I ran on up there to see her. And she was just there. the Lord took her. But he didn't, before he took her, before she left, she came back to where we were as friends. And you know, I thank God for that. As far as the husband is concerned, he never stopped dealing with the woman he was with. That hurt me. I think that hurt me more than with her pulling away, you know, because she was a good person. She really was. And the friendship we had, you know, nothing couldn't rock that. But for some reason, he did. And she found out he wasn't the husband she thought he was. She wasn't the man who she thought she knew. You know, he did some things, and he treated her certain ways. That's why she went back to her mom. And right after she died, you know, he moved out the house and went back to the woman. He kept going on this life. He was receiving all the money she was getting from the job. You know, and wasn't with her more than 4 months, you know. And I said, my God. And I saw him one day. The Lord let me saw him one day. And I said, hey, Tony? He said, no, my name is, I said, yeah, you're Tony. I said, I know you anyway, you're Tony. He said, no, you had me mistaken. I said, you are Tony. I said, but God got you. And I let it went. But that hurt me to know that you would hurt her at a time as this in her life when she was on her last, you know. She was on her last. But as a friend, what I'm saying, as a friend felt for a friend, even though we went through whatever and she pulled away. And I didn't know why. I didn't know why. And other people was asking why. Well, I don't know. And she didn't know. But she pulled away for him. And he didn't turn out to be the person she thought he was going to be. Always. Always. And the Lord, I thank God for, you know, I thank him every day for being able to go and, you know, to listen to his voice when he said, go see her, you know, because she had went to her mom. See, while she was in her house, he was there, you know, he still was controlling stuff. But when she went to her mom said, come on in, baby. You know, and when I see her mom, her sister, her brothers, or her children, I talk to her children via Facebook because they've all moved away. You know, they'll tell me, you know, Miss Myra, they say, you just don't know how much we miss you, my mom. And I said, I know you do. I know you do. You know, he broke up a lot, but he couldn't break up that. You know, and he, just like he came in, just how he went out. And it's so sad. You know, it's so sad.
That was like very, you know, where the lesson is going as far as friends and the characteristics that we see in those people who have been there. And one of those things that I've seen throughout the whole, every conversation is there's been that support, that encouragement, that always been there when we're down and out. And like I said, that's what Ruth represents, friend. As a friend, she was there for Naomi when she was at her worst, you know, down and out, the encouragement, that little voice that said, let's go, let's keep moving, God, I'm with you. And one of the things, I want to look at the characteristics of the friend right quick that we wrote down, because one thing that we didn't write down, and I'm going to, which is very important, we said a friend knows one another, spouse, they are able to forgive, loyal, trustworthy, honest, always there, will stand by your side, real, giving, sharing, kind, and, you know, parent as a friend. But one of those things that I know a friend, a quality has is that love. A friend has to have love. And I wanted to put that up there because that's one thing that's most important that friend has is love. And I wanted to cross-reference that with a scripture, which is in Corinthians, that we are, let me get it for you. And it's talking about love. And we know that there's also the scripture I find out that all the time, but I wanted to go to this particular scripture about love. It's 1 Corinthians chapter number 13, verse number 4. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse number 4. Alright, and I'm going to read it. It says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude. Everybody, I'm gonna wait till everybody get that. We got that. Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse number 4. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got it. We got that. I'm gonna wait till everybody gets that. Okay. I know a lot of translations are a little different, but it's saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. All right, so it's love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. And that's the first verse of passage number 8. And basically, I want to say that as far as a friend and even all the other qualities we listed as far as what a friend is, that particular love sums up all of what we said. And basically, because a friend is kind, a friend is patient, a friend, is not a proud person. They don't boast. They're not rude to you. They're not self-seeking, seeking what they can get from you. They're not easily angered. Of course you get into spats with your friend. You don't agree on everything, but love keeps no record of wrong. And that means that even if we do have a disagreement, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not talking to her. I really, if I'm supposed to be a friend to you, and even if we disagree, I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm not talking to her. I may be upset, have a disagreement, but as a friend, I should be able to talk to you like, okay, we don't agree with this. Let's see how we can move on instead of like, I'm not talking to her, because that happens.
Mm-hmm.
We disagree. I don't want to even talk to you. I don't want to call me or nothing. And even with, like I said, it keeps no record of wrong. So whatever the disagreement is, as a friend, you should be like, I don't remember that. That's what happens, but with us, with our relationship with God, He keeps no record of our wrongs. Once we ask for forgiveness, we are forgiven, and He keeps no record of our wrongs. He don't say, oh, remember when you did this, remember when you did that. No, because like I said, we represent Christ. We are, as a Christian, we represent Christ, and He keeps no records of wrong. God keeps no records of our wrongs. So even if a friend, let's say we're going to go to the unfriend side, we're going to switch gears. A friend betrayed us, was dishonest, backstabbed, fake, stranger, does not support, jealous. That's what we listed as far as being an unfriend. Okay, you're like, all right, that's easy to say, how can we get over that, especially if it was a deep, deep hurt. But I wanted to list wanted you to know something about Ruth and Naomi. Ruth and Naomi actually shouldn't have been as close as they were, because Ruth represented Gentile. Basically, they were not supposed to be getting along. With her being a Moabite, they were kind of against Israel. So they shouldn't have been as close as they were. But that shows you how you can overcome what they were actually supposed to be doing. They were supposed to be against each other, not even like each other or anything. But you see these two people who had gone through all of this because of Moabite betrayal, dishonesty, backstabbing, fate, all that kind of stuff. They were against Israel. They should have even been together, but they overcame that. And that's by the power of a friend being able to love. A friend being able to love. And in our life, we encounter all different types of people in family members, in jobs, in school, in grocery store, wherever. Anybody could be walking the grocery store, bump us, hit us, say the wrong thing. But as a Christian, this is what I always keep in mind, that when we get to heaven, it's not going to be a separate heaven like I remember what you did to me. So you're going to say, if we all Christians, right? No matter what, God loves all of us. He don't have no, He's no respecter of person. Once we accept Christ, no matter who you are, once you accept Christ, your Lord and Savior, you're saved, you're a Christian. So I want to say this, that I think of it like this. Once you get to heaven, it's not going to be like, oh, yeah, I remember what you did to me. You go over there, I'm gonna stay on this side of heaven, you be on that side of heaven. You know, it's not gonna be like that. You're gonna have to, we're gonna be one, you know, as united with Christ. So we can't be going to heaven holding a grudge and being upset, and we call ourselves a friend. So like this part of the lesson, I want us to kind of, even, you know, it may be something happened a long time ago, something happened recent or whatever. It doesn't matter who it happened with. All of us in here, you know, are Christians, you know, and we should think like, who is somebody that I kind of, you know, have a little animosity against. They kind of did me something, but as a Christian, right now I need to say, I'm gonna kind of let it go. I'm gonna be the friend, you know, the friend. And like Ruth, I'm gonna be the friend, even with the prejudice that they were, you know, nation against nation, Moabite, you know, Gentiles against Israel, not even supposed to like get along. But Ruth overcame that and supported Naomi, was a friend to Naomi. So how can I, as a friend, even if somebody did betray me or dishonest, backstab me, you know, jealous, did not support me, how can I, right now, I need to let that go, because that's not a characteristic that I should be having. So we kind of trying to gear towards how can we be more like Ruth as a friend, no matter what. You know, even though I'm not supposed to. Well, she didn't have to be her friend. She everything in, you know, her background says she shouldn't have been friends with Naomi, but she still stuck by her and made sure that she was able to get through. And as a result, God blessed her. Because, you know, then she met her Boaz, and Naomi, you know, then she met Boaz, had the baby, and she was wound up in the line, the lineage of Christ. You know, all of that worked together, you know, in her favor, because she didn't hold that prejudice against Naomi. Naomi didn't hold that against her. She stuck by her as a true friend. So I kind of like want everybody to kind of like think, because we human. We all go through that stage of, you know, somebody I can't forgive them right now. You know, they hurt me. Well, how can we be a friend, a real friend, as we see with Ruth being a real friend to Naomi, no matter what happened? How can we now correct that or whatever? And we don't have to say it out loud, because I know a lot of things are personal. But what I wanted to do to kind of end the exercise, to end the lesson, is I'm going to pass out, I have thank you notes. But not thank you notes, but blank cards. I said thank you notes because I'm thinking, because they're small like the little thank you notes. But it's stationery. I want to say the word is stationery. And how can, I guess we'll think about somebody that maybe, you know, kind of down, you know, we on the wrong foot. Like just right now, just to that person, and you give it to them. This is your personal to them. This is your release of right now to that person. You know, I'm gonna be the bigger person. You know, I know we have a disagreement. We may be, you know, having a conflict, but I just want to let you know, as a Christian, you know,